I want to save you from making a very expensive mistake. Because here's the truth about tax auctions that nobody tells you up front. The opportunity is real, the deals are real, and the mistakes, the ones that cost people thousands of dollars, are also very real. I've spent time researching exactly what goes wrong for first-time buyers at these auctions. The same mistakes come up over and over again, and every single one of them is completely avoidable if you know what to watch for before you walk in that room. Today, I'm going to walk you through the 7 biggest mistakes first-time land buyers make at tax auctions. Learn these, remember them. They will save you from the kind of loss that turns people away from this strategy forever. Let's get into it. Mistake number 1, showing up without doing the research. This is the most common mistake by far. Someone hears about tax auctions. They get excited. They show up on auction day, grab the list for the first time, and start bidding on properties they know almost nothing about. Here's what that leads to. Buying a landlocked parcel with no road access. Buying land in a flood zone that can never be developed. Buying a property that looks cheap on paper but has $15,000 in additional liens attached to it. The auction room moves fast. There is no pause button. There is no "let me think about it." By the time you realize you've made a mistake, you've already made it. The fix is simple. Do your research before auction day. Always GIS maps, Google Earth, county assessor records, comparable tools on LandWatch. 30 minutes of research per parcel can save you from a decision you'll regret for years. Mistake number 2, ignoring the redemption period. This one surprises almost every first-time buyer. You win the bid at the auction. You're excited. You feel like a landowner. But in many states, you're not the legal owner yet. Most states give the original property owner a window of time after the auction to pay back the taxes plus interest and reclaim their property. This is called the redemption period. Depending on the state, it can last anywhere from 6 months to 3 full years. During that window, you cannot develop the land. You cannot sell it. You cannot build on it. You're waiting. Investors who don't know this get burned in 2 ways. First, they start spending money on the property during the redemption period, clearing brush, getting surveys done, planning improvements. Then the original owner redeems, and they lose everything they spent. Second, they pick states with long redemption periods without factoring that into their investment timeline. A 3-year hold before you can do anything with the property changes your entire return calculation. Know your state's redemption period before you bid on anything. It's public information. It takes 5 minutes to look up. Mistake number 3, not checking for hidden liens. This mistake has cost more first-time investors more money than almost anything else on this list. A property looks perfect, good location, road access, reasonable assessed value. Back taxes owed $600. You bid $600 and you win. Then you discover there's an HOA lien for $8,000, a code enforcement violation for $5,000, a federal tax lien that survived the auction. Suddenly, your $600 deal is a $13,600 problem. Here's what you need to know. Not all liens are wiped out at a tax auction. Most tax deed sales do eliminate mortgages and many private liens. But certain liens, federal tax liens, HOA liens, code enforcement violations, utility debts, and IRS claims can survive the auction and transfer to the new owner. Before you bid on any property, call the county recorder's office. Run a title search if possible. Ask specifically about federal liens and municipal code violations. A 5-minute phone call is the difference between a deal and a disaster. Mistake 4, getting caught up in auction fever. This one is psychological, and it gets even experienced investors. There's something about an auction room that makes rational people do irrational things. The energy, the competition, the fear of losing a property you've already mentally claimed. You told yourself you'd stop at $2,000. Someone bids $1,900. You bid $2,100. They bid $2,300. And before you know it, you're at $4,500 on a property that was only worth $3,000 to begin with. You didn't buy a deal, you bought a loss. The protection against auction fever is simple. Write your maximum bid on a piece of paper before you walk in. Put it in your pocket. When bidding passes that number, you stop. Every time. No exceptions. There is always another auction. There is always another parcel. The discipline to walk away from one deal is what keeps you profitable in the long run. Mistake number 5. Not understanding the difference between tax liens and tax deeds. This mistake leads buyers into the wrong auction entirely. Tax lien sales and tax deed sales are two completely different things, and they're both called tax auctions. Here's the difference. At a tax lien sale, you're not buying the property. You're buying the right to collect the debt. If the owner pays their taxes plus interest, you get paid back. If they don't, and the redemption period expires, you may eventually get the property. But it's a process. It takes time. It requires legal steps. At a tax deed sale, you're buying the property itself. The highest bidder walks out with ownership. Much faster, much more direct. Most states use one system or the other. Some use both for different types of properties. First-time buyers show up to a tax lien auction expecting to walk out with land, and then wonder why they only received a certificate. Know which type of auction you're attending before you go. Call the county treasurer's office and ask directly. One question. 5 minutes. No confusion. Mistake 6. Buying properties with years of unpaid taxes. This is a red flag that experienced investors recognize immediately. If a property has been sitting on the delinquent list for 3, 4, 5 years or more, there's usually a reason. Either the property has serious access issues, or it's in a flood zone, or it's environmentally compromised, or there are so many liens attached to it that no one has been willing to buy it, including at previous auctions. The back tax amount can be deceiving. A parcel with $200 in back taxes looks cheap, but if it's appeared on every delinquent list for the past 6 years and never sold at any auction, that's the market telling you something. Before you bid on any property, check how long it's been delinquent. 1 or 2 years? Normal? 5 or 6 years and never sold? Ask why before you bid. Mistake number 7. Not having cash ready. This one eliminates more interested buyers than any other mistake on this list. Tax auctions are almost universally cash-only events. Not a check you promise to send next week. Not a bank transfer you'll arrange tomorrow. Cash or certified funds due immediately or within 24 to 48 hours of winning the bid. First-time buyers show up excited, win a bid they can't believe they got, and then discover they can't complete the purchase. In most counties, failing to pay after winning a bid means you're banned from future auctions. In some jurisdictions, you can be sued for the bid amount. Before you attend any auction, confirm exactly what payment is accepted. Call the county office and ask specifically, what forms of payment do you accept and when is payment due? Then have that money ready. Not almost ready. Ready. So let's bring it all together. 7 mistakes. All avoidable. 1. Don't show up without doing your research. 2. Know your state's redemption period before you bid. 3. Check for hidden liens with a phone call before auction day. 4. Write your maximum bid down and never cross it. 5. Know whether you're attending a lien sale or a deed sale. 6. Be skeptical of properties with multiple years of unpaid taxes. 7. Have your cash ready before you walk in that room. None of these are complicated. All of them require preparation. The investors who make money at tax auctions consistently, they're not smarter than everyone else. They're just more prepared. And now, so are you. If this video helped you avoid a mistake you didn't even know to watch for, subscribe. We publish new videos every week on raw land investing, tax delinquent auctions, and the strategies most investors never talk about publicly. Next video, we're covering the exact step-by-step process of what happens on auction day, from the moment you walk in to the moment you walk out with a deed. You don't want to miss that one.